then that can be understood, because I think so Hindu religions also required only to have only one wife, not more than one wife. But in the case of Islam, Islam allow people to have men to have at most 4 wives. I mean, we can have one wife if we cannot we cannot fulfill all those conditions mentioned in order to have more than one wife. Then you are just required to have only one wife. But if you are sure that you will be able to respect all the conditions mentioned in order to have more than one wife, then you can go for 4 wives, or say 2 or 3 wives. But the most important thing, as I said, is the ground reality of the country. For example, I will take the case of my country. Guinea is 85%, as I said earlier, 85% majority Muslim country. So, saying that in Guinea that polygamy will not be allowed will be a very critical debate, because many people will stand against that law and say that this won't be implemented in Guinea. Being 85% Muslim country, that will never be accepted by the population. So I think we should look at the context that what the society really, the reality of the society, the law should be tailored based on that only. But the triste reality actually in most of the country is that the law of the country is being made, is inspired by the colonial government of the country. And what is the reality of those society and the reality of our country, our society, is like drastically different. So we should look at all this context before discussing about this issue. And I would like to mention something also. Polygamy does not have only disadvantages. Polygamy, though I am not in favor of polygamy, I won't be I will not be polygam. I will not marry more than one wife. But I have to recognize that polygamy also has some advantage. If you see today in the world the reality, in US, for example, women outnumbers men in, say, 7.8 million. There are 7.8 million more women than men. And half of the men in US are, half of the men living in US are gay. I can say. So in that context, it means that those gay, they are not willing to get married. They are not willing to marry a woman. So the remaining women in the society, who will take care of those women? There are only 2 alternatives in that case. Either they become a public servant, or they get married to a man who already have a wife. So now it's up to everyone to judge which one is better between these 2 alternatives. Having only, becoming a public servant, or accepting to get married to a man who already has another wife. So these are the issues that we should really look at before saying that polygamy is bad or polygamy should not be allowed. You should also look at the advantage of the polygamy.
Thank you, Sandhu. Thank you for your insight. We'll have a quick word from Yogi and then come to Chandana about whether polygamy, having heard what Sandhu had to say, we'll explore if polygamy is inherently anti-woman. We'll have the sole woman member of this panel talk about it, but before that, Yogi, your perspective.